Hello everyone, welcome back. It is currently June 1st and we are going to be working on finalizing any transactions that came in towards the end of May, talk a little bit about what happened at the end of last month, and then we're going to move on and assign our first paycheck for this new month. So let's look at some transactions here. All right, for cap 1, let's see. So we have some interest, 23 cents. The transfer for the high yield savings already went through. It's one of the first things that I have set up. And then just a couple of payments. So for the credit card, the insurance, and a transfer from one of my sisters for groceries, as is usually the case. All right, so our total here should be 2,773. That's good. Let's go ahead and reconcile. For the high yield savings, we do have the interest. It was $2.54. And then we have the transfer, and that is pretty much already cleared. So I'm going to go ahead and reconcile. 946. We are so close to hitting 1,000. I am so excited. That's going to be next month. That's going to be so amazing. Okay, for Sapphire, we did have a little bit of spending household wise, $38.29. And we are at 984. So the reason we're that low is because I did have the return for Converse. So that added a surplus of money into the credit card. So it just took from that, and I still have $9 to use somewhere. And venture. All right. So we have an Amazon order. Don't ask me what that was. I cannot remember for the life of me at this time. That's the payment coming in. We have a couple of more here. And yes, we did have an urgent care visit. Obviously not planned. It wasn't mine, but I did pay for it. It's one of those things, I don't know if anybody else feels it, but when you plan something with someone and you plan to divvy up the money like I do with groceries with my sisters, it's easier to ask for the money back. But with this urgent care visit, like I said, it wasn't mine, but I ended up paying for it. It's really difficult to sort of ask for the money back. I don't know if I'm going to be honest. I don't know, it just feels weird to me. But let's see. I am quite curious now because those two Amazon orders went into the time out. Oh, no. I know what they are. They are actually for stray kids. Well, I could put them both in tech and then just take the money from stray kids because technically they are tech. One of them is actually, it's over here. Gadgets and gizmos. One of them is a pop socket, but it's a nice, like, flexible silicone one so that when I'm taking video, my hands don't hurt with the regular pop socket. And the other one was a battery pack that was on sale. So I just went ahead and got it in case something starts running out of batteries while I'm over there, my phone, the fan, or the light stick that I got. And that way I'll be able to at least charge some of the things. I don't know if it'll charge all of them, but I'll have a little bit of a charge for some other things. Okay. That is going to probably overspend the tech fund since we didn't have anything in there. Okay. Yes, so this 3208, I'm actually going to take it from timeout. Okay, because I should only have the 5785 left in May. That was for my sister's mech. Okay, so this 23 cents was the interest for the checking. I am going to go ahead and put that in travel. All right. And everything should still be good. Let's go back to Venture and make sure. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put in here what these are. So this is a silicone pop socket. And this one was the battery pack. All right. And we should be at 328 and 6 cents. Reconcile. Yes. And that T-Mobile payment, that is my last payment. As of 2 days ago, we completely switched up to Mint. I did my last payment to them, and yeah, it was pretty painless, pretty easy. I was with T-Mobile for over 20 years. That is kind of amazing, I would say. I wish I had done something like this first, but it was just easy. It was there, and I guess we just really didn't think about it. But yeah, we're moved. It's fine. We're gonna be saving a lot of money now. I think the way it comes out is about 70 something dollars a month now. Not too bad. I am very happy with that. That's better than $200 a month. All right. So with that being said, I can come in here and I can take this category and hide it. No more T-Mobile. I don't need to see it anymore. Now, I forgot that I had Netflix turned on via T-Mobile. They paid the full amount for like the with ads Netflix subscription. And when I turned off T-Mobile, it removed the T-Mobile subscription. So it did charge me almost immediately. It just did not even cross my mind that I had turned that on because I haven't really watched anything in Netflix for quite a long time. And to be honest, I kind of forgot that I still had that in there. So what that means is I did end up having to pay for Netflix, $9. I already canceled it, but I have a month to use it. So I'm going to take this month to catch up on some shows that I watched, like the first season, really enjoyed them. And then I got rid of Netflix at that point where we were still waiting for like season 2 or something like that. So like Squid Game season 2, I want to watch. Alice in Borderlands, I really want to watch. I think there's a second season in there. Black Mirror, I know had like, I don't know, 1 or 2 seasons that I haven't watched in there. I don't know if Love, Death and Robots had one. They might have. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. And one of my favorite series that I watched just the first season, Sweet Home, which is a Korean monster series. I loved season 1, but it's been a long time. So I actually have rewatched season 1 and I forgot how amazing it's just one of the most enjoyable series that I have watched in a while. I remembered that it was great. I didn't remember how incredible I found the series. Like I was hooked again from episode 1. Now there has been criticism on season 2 and season 3, and from what I understand, they stopped it at season 3, so they finished it there. My understanding was that they were going to do about 3 to 4 seasons, so it wasn't going to be a long series. It's based off a webtoon, and I don't know how far that webtoon has gotten or what, because I haven't read that the webtoon version of it. But I kind of get the criticism a little bit. The story kind of deviates a lot in season 2 from what I've been watching. But honestly, the same thing happened with The Walking Dead for me. The first season with the main cast and everything that was going on was fantastic. Second season was okay. And then the more seasons came in, the more they added new characters, the more they had to flesh out those stories. So the main cast, the original cast, kind of, their stories sort of grew a little bit more distant. They always came back to them, but it wasn't as much. And, for some people, that could be like a make it or break it deal in a way. I'm still enjoying season 2. I would like to see more of the main character. I haven't seen him in like 3 episodes now. And I don't think I see him until 2 more episodes from where I'm at. But I'm also kind of enjoying seeing where the new characters are and things like that. So now that I've talked so much about that series. Let's actually get into the budget here. And let's look at Reflect real quickly. Okay. Spending breakdown for May. Everything else, everything else, 665. Most of it is probably groceries. Maybe? Oh no, the groceries are there. So what is let's see. Oh, a lot of transfers in and out. The annual membership, the restaurant outing, yes. Um, so just a lot of miscellaneous things that kind of add up, which, they are going to do. The roof getting 700, that is very much expected. And then the groceries being, up there as well. I will have to say that the second half groceries, I got really anxious for a hot minute because it was totaling like 300 and something. And I was like, did I really go over that much? I mean, that was even over the 500 that I was giving myself before. And I had to look at it really, really closely because it ended up being that one of the $80 transactions was in there twice. So it wasn't that I overspent, I just didn't really see the transactions very well because I thought I had like X amount of money left to spend because I did do like 3 grocery trips towards the end of the month because for some reason things just started running out, and it's like we didn't realize until like the last minute. So but yeah, it did not actually overspend, and in fact I was under on both halves of the month, which is amazing. For the income and expense up until now, let's see. So this is where we put the interest. The interest from the high yield savings account just goes directly into that account. It doesn't go anywhere else. We had not too bad of spending on the reserve. Really good spending on the debts. I like the high number on the debts. It means we're really cracking down on them. For the bills, with the fact that I have to pay not only T-Mobile but also Mint, and then having the bills be so much lower than last month or even March, that's really, really good. I really like how this is looking. And hopefully this will even go even lower when the T-Mobile doesn't come in for June for this month. And the Mint, I don't know if I'm gonna right now at this year, if I'm going to do it where I save monthly or if I'm going to just put the money in when the month comes to pay it. I'm not 100% sure. I'll see kind of how I feel about it. Let's see. Necessities, because of wellness and the fact that we did have an urgent care situation that did go up from last month. And then for time after time, we had the $95 for the credit card. And for the fun category, there was $446 of spending, and $158 was the clothing and the shoes. So not too bad in here. It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty decent. So let's go over to June. Okay, and then June. Perfect. So we have our paycheck amount here, $1,551.50. My paychecks are pretty regular. If anybody's noticed, I don't do overtime just because I'm salary and not hourly, so it's never going to show overtime. So they're pretty standard. It's what I do with the money that changes from month to month. Maybe not so much with regards to the debts and certain things that I want to keep moving in a certain direction, but everything else kind of is just up and down, wave pattern. All right, so let's go ahead and use our number one here. So 100 for saving, since that already went through. This, what can I send? This is sort of like a test of something that I'm doing right now. I'm not going to talk too much about it. It should belong in the vault, but I'm putting it in the reserve right now because I don't want to get the numbers mixed up for the savings. The roof I put down to 2. It's usually 300 that goes out at the beginning of the month, but I put down to 2 because I'm expecting a little bit of a heavy, expensive first half of the month. So just to make sure that I don't overextend, we're gonna do slightly less. And then the remaining, I think, is 800 this month. So the remaining 600 I'll do towards the end of the month. For my cat, doing 65, and then 237.50. Not putting anything in the subscriptions or the utilities. As of right now, I am doing those as they come. I'm not putting in little by little here and there. For next year, most of it is going to be going in little by little because I think I'll be a little bit more structured by that point. Not that I'm not structured, but I feel if I do that, it's going to sort of mix everything else up and it's not really going to work with the way that I've planned it out. And I'm trying to stick to my annual plan a little bit closely. Obviously, some things can go up and down. It's not going to be exact, but I'm trying to stick to it a little bit more. Okay, so for this, I'm going to do half funding. And then for the gas, I actually did go and get gas and I think I spent $35. So I'm just going to do $5 additional there. And for the remaining, for a lot of the reserve, I am going to go ahead and add additional small amounts here and there. I think for June, I don't have anything set right now. It's probably will come into play. I do, like I said, have a couple of things that I still want to get for the Stray Kids concert, just small last minute things that I wanted to get. Nothing too expensive individually, but together it's you know, gonna add up a little bit. So I might put a lot of that money into the Stray Kids fund and then just pull from there as I need. So I'm gonna put 350 and then for travel, I'm gonna put 100. This 100 on Vet Set Go, I don't think that's correct. That might have actually been for the dental stuff, maybe. Yeah, I think so. Because I didn't plan on putting 100 right here, right now. Okay. Let's see. So I do have 142 and 70. I'm gonna put 10 in here for the wish list holdings. I don't want to put too much more on travel. I'm not really gonna need it. So, and Stayville, again, the 350 is not really going to stay here. It's gonna kind of be portioned off depending on what I'm getting. Okay. Oh, household is one that I added after the video last time. Because we have Haven. This one's meant for like medium to big purchases or medium to big fixes. This one is going to be just for small things. It's either going to be like for like home goods, like for decorations, or for smaller fixes or maintenance, like filters for the refrigerator, the AC filters, things like that. So that's what that one's going to be. So I might put a little bit of money here and there, just kind of depending on what comes up and what's necessary. Let's go ahead and fund haircut. I don't know if I'm gonna make it in time for a trim before the concert. I'm gonna try, but if I don't, that's okay. It's not gonna look that bad. I mean, no one's gonna be looking at my hair. We're all gonna be concentrated on the group on stage, you know, and enjoying the music, so it's fine. Okay, 87.70 left. Let's go ahead. Oh, vet insurance. How much is it supposed to be actually? 60. Let's do the full 60. Okay. And yeah, let's just put the 74.70 over to my well-loved dental procedure category, I guess. Okay, so not too painful. I will say with May and everything that kind of went through in the very, very end of the month, not just with the urgent care, but with the issue with the groceries. And thinking that I had massively overspent when I didn't. I mean, it was to the point that I actually messed up on some of those categories and I started taking out money to try and cover things. And I thought I was going to have to take money out from the vet expenses, which not the vet, I'm sorry, the teeth expenses, which I think is why that 100 was on the vet set go as opposed to the shiny teeth, because I refixed some of the stuff that I had messed up because I was panicking a little bit. But yeah, I think that's all I have. So again, the what can I send? I'll talk about that one at a more of a later date. It's definitely something that's going to be really prevalent a couple of years from now. It's not really going to be anytime soon, just because right now it's the peaceful rainy days, the shiny teeth, the roof, and the Volvo that are some of the biggest things that I really want to either pay off or save up for. So the majority of the money is going to be going to those. And of course, as I pay off debt, more money will be moving into savings while I go there. So this year is all about savings in any and every which way that I possibly can. But I think that's it. Thumbs up to getting another goal finished, that being closing out T-Mobile, moving into Mint. And, we're just going to try it, see if we like it. So far, I mean, it's only been like a handful of days, but so far it's been fine. So far it's been great. And being able to pay a lot less is definitely a big perk. I don't need the Netflix, even though I did end up paying for a month. I don't need all the gadgets and gizmos. It's working fine for me right now. I am hoping it's going to continue working fine. And if anything, we're not stuck to Mint. My boyfriend and I have talked about it. And if it's not working for him and if it's not working for me, then we can always pick another one and try one that's definitely not going to be AT&T or T-Mobile or Verizon. It's going to be probably one of their lower cost options, or just, I don't know, US Mobile is another one. So who knows? But for right now, this is how we're looking. As usual, the month is starting off really strong. Everything looks really well put together at this time. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave everyone here for right now. Thank you so much to everyone for watching. As always, thank you and have a wonderful day.